Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. I hope you're having a good day today. Scrapper that delivers dropped this off last night. I gave him 10 for it right away. I'm giving it a single TURD because I've already started to look this thing over in the daylight. So when we unloaded this thing last night, I kind of looked it over and saw that somebody hack and slashed the deck already. I'm not too fond of this cutaway. Kind of exposes the blade. So I don't like that. Maybe I can pop rivet some plastic in here just to shield the tip of the blade. I would be hesitant to send this out the door like that. So that was the main thing that I saw. Oh, and the pull rope here's got a big knot in it. This will need to be changed as well. So this thing's got a few other issues. The other thing I noticed when I unloaded it, I said, oh, it's a front wheel drive, because it's got the double handle. So I'm looking for the cable. There's no cable for it. Then I look at the deck and see that there's no transmission. Somebody threw this handle on this machine. It does not belong to this Craftsman. What they've done down here is kind of hammered the tubing flat, drilled some holes, made this thing fit. So the safety brake cable is too short when you go to pull the safety brake bar down, the bail bar. There's not enough cable length to bring the bar all the way. So that kind of sucks. You're pushing the mower with this big air gap here. That's unacceptable as well. Hence the single TURD. So I think we can flip this thing over and we'll discuss the underside first. Oh, and barely enough oil. Let me show you that first. So low on oil, and you'll see why when we turn this thing over. This is a replacement blade. I just picked up a bunch of these from Lowe's. They were discontinuing them, and I got them at a great price. "21" the 532-406712. This is what came off of it, and it was a 20-inch blade. And I'll show you why a 20 was on instead of a 21, which this calls for. I had went to put the 21 on, and all the tin here was caved in inward, and the blade was hitting the tin. So I took an adjustable and bent this all out so the 21 would pass by without rubbing. So now we got clearance, but you've seen the main issue with this thing. It needs an oil seal. Hence the low amount of oil. You can see it saturated here. I have some Tecumseh seals on hand. I do not have a Briggs bag of seals. I'll have to order a few of those. But we may have more issues. I may not even go this far to change the oil seal. The reason I put the blade, a new blade on it, is it looked like the original blade was bent. So I wanted to check that. Also, I wanted to check the crankshaft, make sure that was bent. I thought I saw a little bit of wobble. There is a little bit of bend in the crankshaft with a straight blade. I pick an imaginary mark on the deck and let each tip go by. It should pass by the same spot. And this one's slightly off, hence bend in the crankshaft. So I did get this thing running this morning with some happy juice. I could see a trace of fuel in the tank. I went ahead and added some fuel. Started priming it, looked for the burping of the emulsion tube. It did not burp, so then I happy juiced it. It did fire off, but it did run kind of rough, but then after a while it smoothed out. I actually pushed it around the front yard to knock down some of the taller weeds. But it starts kind of rough. I'm not sure if the timing's off due to maybe somebody hit something. It just takes a while to start, and there's kind of a little bit of a kickback. I'm not sure what that's all about. Let's juice it, and I'll give you some part numbers here in a minute. This is a 2006, by the way. 5th month of 06. It's dirty but dry. did prime this time, so whatever it was, it's now priming itself. You see how it starts and then comes to a dead stop. A lot of smoke out of the exhaust. I wonder if they hit something with this. Now it's kicking out through the intake. You saw all that black smoke. All indications that this thing's off time. So same thing as before. When I started, it would run rough and then smooth out. This would probably smooth out eventually after about 5 minutes. So I think I'll proceed. I'm going to remove everything on the top like I normally do. The recoil, I'm going to check the keyway, make sure that's not broken or sheared, and then do the carburetor. So I don't know why this thing's in rough shape. I'll still have to go back and do that oil seal. Handle screwed up, so maybe I'm going too far with this. Got some part model numbers and part number for you. This is the Craftsman number. This is the engine number if you have to order parts. That oil seal number, I just looked it up. 399781 or 399781, S as in Sam. Either one of those will work for that rubber oil seal. You would remove the blade, the adapter, get rid of that scaly rust, and then remove the old seal, slide the new one up the shaft. I got a 5-pack of Tecumsehs. I don't have any Briggs seals on hand. I'll have to order some like I mentioned earlier. So I'll think about this one for about 5 minutes, see if I want to proceed with it. I've got lower hanging fruit, as they would say. My vintage 2-cycle buddy from Manatee County says go for the low hanging fruit. This is not low hanging. We got multiple issues with this 06 Craftsman. I'll think about it, maybe push it to the side as a last resort. I'll dive into the Craftsman, but like I said, I got some newer machines with just dirty fuel issues. Those would be a quick go and go. Anyway, appreciate you coming out. Thanks for looking at this turd. We got a single turd today with this '06 Craftsman. As always, Mr. Snake and I say tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. Both he and I tip generously, and we tip often. Have a good day today.